Hi, superstars. It is time for math. We are on lesson 4-10. Use objects. You've already learned about ordering numbers. Today, you're going to learn about how to use counters to solve a word problem. Let's look at our worksheet here. So first, I see 6 fish in a bowl. And then I see one more fish. How many fish do I see now? How can I solve this problem? Well, we can use counters to find out how many fish. I'm going to draw a counter right here. That is 1 fish. So how can we count the rest of the fish? We are going to put counters on each fish and count. So here's 1. Here's 2 counters. 3 counters. 4 counters. 5 counters. And here is 6 counters. So I see 6 fish in a bowl. And then I see 1 more fish. How many fish do I see? I'm going to add 1 more fish. What comes after 6? 7. There are 7 fish. All right, let's look at the next row of fish here. I see 3 fish in a bowl, and then I see 1 more fish. How many fish do I see? Let's use counters. Here's 1 counter, 2 counters, 3 counters, and I see 1 more fish. What comes after 3? 4. So I see 4 fish. Let's go to the next row of fish over here. We see 5 fish and then 2 more. How many fish do we see? So we see how many? We see 5 fish. Here's 1 counter, 2 counters, 3 counters, 4 counters, 5 counters, and then 2 more. 1, 2. Okay, so we saw 5 fish and then 2 more. So what comes after 5? 5, 6, 7. 7 fish. Okay. All right. Last set of fish. I see 4 fish. And then I see 2 more. So let's use our counters. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I see 2 more. So let's put 2 counters. Okay, so I saw 4 fish and 2 more. What comes after 4? What number? 4, 5, 6. So I see 6 fish. All right, let's turn our page over. All right, let's look at our first box here. How many frogs do you see? 3. How many would there be with one more frog? How can we find out? Well, let's look at our second box. Okay, it looks like Dawood uses counters to count the frogs. How can we use the counters to find out how many frogs? Let's count the counters. 1, 2, 3. So we counted 3 frogs. Let's look in our third box here. So what are we seeing to show one more frog? All right, let's look at box number 3 here. So what does he do to show one more frog? He adds one more counter. All right, let's look right here. What number should he write to show how many frogs in all? 4. Let's count the frogs here. Let's count the counters, not the frogs. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is 4 frogs. All right, let's do problem number 1 together. We'll do all of them together. Okay, so right here it says Hillary sees frogs at the pond. Then she sees one more frog. How many frogs are there now? How can we find out, and how can we use counters? So you're going to place a counter on each picture of a frog and show one more counter. Trace the counters and write the number. You're going to trace the first number and then you're going to write the numbers in. So number 1, she sees 3 frogs, so there's 3 counters. And then she sees one more frog, so we add one more counter. How many frogs are there now? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 counters. That means there are 4 frogs. Okay, we have frogs here. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we see 7 frogs. And then we see one more. We're going to use counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we see one more. What comes after 7? 8. 8 counters to show 8 frogs. Number 3, we see 1, 2 frogs, so we have 2 counters, and then we see one more frog. What comes after 2? 3. We have 3 counters showing us 3 frogs. Number 4, let's put our counters over the frogs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 frogs, and we see one more. What comes after 9? 10. And if you're not sure, we can go ahead and count them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 counters showing 10 frogs. All right. Now Jacob sees birds in a tree. Then he sees 2 more. How many birds are there now? You're going to use counters and you're going to explain your answer. You're going to trace the numbers and write the numbers, okay? Or you're going to trace the counters, I'm sorry, and write the numbers. So he sees these birds, let's count them and put counters over them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he sees 4 birds in a tree, and then he sees 2 more. So if he sees 4 birds in a tree, what comes after 4? So we go 4, 5, 6. We have 6 counters to show how many birds. Let's go to number 6. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 birds in the tree, and then we see 2 more. What number comes after 6? 6, 7, 8. 8 counters to show 8 birds. Number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 birds. We are going to see 2 more. What comes after 6? 6, 7, 8. We see 8 birds. We have 8 counters. All right, number 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We see 5 birds in a tree, and then we see 2 more. So we add 2 more counters. What number comes after 5? 6, then 7. 7 counters to show 7 birds in the tree. Good job, superstars. Until next time, have a wonderful day. Bye.